I started making banjos because I wanted a better banjo. There was a guy who makes banjos, and his banjos are $4,000 to $5,000, and I could not afford that. And so I figured I could probably make one myself. I did some wood stuff with my grandpa when I was a kid and everything. He was a big construction guy down in California. And so I thought I had enough skill to be able to do it, and it turns out I didn't. And my first banjo was horrible, so I just kept at it and then got better. So I think the most important part about building a banjo is taking time to think about what you want it to look like and what you want it to sound like. And if you have those two things in mind, then that kind of dictates every other decision. Well, it takes me personally, it takes me about 3 months to do that from start to finish. Partially because I work full-time other than building banjos, but also because the planning stage itself takes a long time, making sure I have the right wood, making sure that my design is exactly the way that I want it to be. The whole thing is just a process, a lot of measuring, measure over and over again. You know, you make sure you have everything right because there's a lot of math that goes into it that you don't think about when you're playing it, but to make sure that it plays the way that you want it to play, then you have to make sure all the ratios are correct and everything and all the distances are right. And then once you have all that set, then you go and you just make it look as beautiful as you can. So my wife is an art teacher. She is a professor at the U and at Weber State. And so she has a strong appreciation for beautiful things, both music and visual arts. So she actually ends up helping me a lot with my banjo. So if I have an idea, she'll look over my shoulder and say, "No, that's horrible," and tells me some way to be able to change it that ends up making it into something beautiful. So I'm actually really lucky that I have my wife. And then my son just loves hearing the banjo. That was, I mean, since the time he was, you know, inside the womb, he was hearing banjo music, and we used to, when my wife was pregnant, we'd put the banjo in front of her belly and play, and then he came out, and first day in the hospital, I was in there playing some banjo for him, and I think he's heard banjo every day since since the day he was born. So, and he likes it. Now he can dance a little, and he does his little dances, and he laughs, and he tries to sing with me. So, it's just, that's probably one of the best parts about playing banjos right now. It's my son's reaction. My favorite part is just kind of the hands-on experience. I get to take pieces of wood and turn it into something that sounds fun and sounds good and makes somebody happy, either whether it's me or one of my customers, or some of my friends. Some of my friends have banjos of mine, so I don't know. It's kind of a selfish thing, I guess, because it brings me joy to make it, and then it makes me happy when other people are playing them, and yeah, it's every step of the process just makes me happy.